What's going on, YouTube land? You know what it is, man. JuneHeat here. It's Wrestlemania season officially. Yeah, they cooking with a long handled spoon right now. WWE is cooking. Them boys are chefs up there. Hey man. So the WrestleMania's card is not fully filled out, and we don't know all the matches yet. So I'm not going to do a prediction just yet. We about 19 days away from WrestleMania. So this is more like a prequel to the predictions. You get what I'm saying? Like, because they really cooking right now. They got so much brewing right now that they could do. So I'm just going right now. This is just a video just to let y'all in on what I'm seeing developing as far as the matches. There's a couple of them. I'm still not sure exactly what route they're going, but at the same time, like I said, we still got 19 days. Got one, two, got 3 SmackDowns and 2 Raws until WrestleMania. So, oh man. So we're gonna get right to it, man. Let's see. The first match that I'm gonna talk about, it don't have no steam, no sizzle, no nothing to it. So that's why I'm talking about it first, because it's an official match, but I don't know. It's looking like that's a night one starter match. Probably not even that. Maybe not even that, because it really has no. They still got time to cook a little bit on that, but as of now, Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's WWE Women's Championship. Is yeah, and I love Tiffy. I love her to death, and I think she's going some places. But right now, even Charlotte, man, I like Charlotte, but it's right now they just not cooking. They probably gonna have a good to great match, but the story build up to it is not. They really not. I don't know, man. It seemed weird. I see the route they're going with the blonde, you know, blonde woman wrestler that's a athletic, doing moonsaults, can do a lot in the ring. So, like I said, it's gonna be a good match, but at the same time, I don't see much right now that's making me excited for it. So that's why I went on and got that out the way. Uh, I would say the same could be said for the women's World Heavyweight Championship, but that's kind of it's on the fence a little too much for me right now. Like, cause it should have been Bianca versus Rhea straight up. Let's be honest. But for some reason, WWE threw EO in the mix, and they intertwined. EO ended up winning the championship. So now it's Bianca versus EO for sure. But they keep kind of teasing that Rhea's gonna be thrown in there, and it's weird, man. It's like, I know y'all kind of don't want to go back on your word of Bianca earning the chance for that, and they had a kind of a silly double disqualification last night. So I don't know where this story is gonna go. It's looking like it's gonna end up a triple threat, which I'm not mad at, because somebody got to eat the pin. So I don't know, but like, I'm not. This is not a prediction, so I'm not going to even predict who win that. Next, as far as my knowledge, there's no women's intercontinental or U.S. championship match announced. There's no men's U.S. championship or intercontinental championship match announced. So that whole scenario to me is, I don't know what to say about it because it's seeming like they want to give Jacob the U.S. championship, but then they kind of, it seemed like they kind of want to give it to Solo too, but they don't want them two to have a one-on-one match, which I understand because that's what the world wants anyway, is Solo versus Jacob at WrestleMania. But WWE knows that, so of course they're gonna try to hold it off, or maybe put it at SummerSlam, maybe in next year's WrestleMania. But as far as I'm concerned, like that story, like somehow they need to get the belt off of LA Knight, and somehow they need to get Braun away from Jacob. And that's the only way they can do that is for Jacob and Solo to fight. But I'm thinking it maybe they still trying to cook that situation a little bit. So I'm thinking it's maybe a little too early for WWE to let that much go. But that was what I was hoping for, like Jacob versus Solo at WrestleMania. The, just for them to end the heat between them. Like if anything, like the heat has to be ended between them. So that's kind of the direction I think they're going. But like I said, I don't know, man. It's slow boiling. It's slow cooking, but it's getting there. I see Solo turning on Jacob. I see Solo actually, if only for a few weeks, I believe he gonna turn on him until after, man. After they fight, then it's gonna be a kumbaya moment. But at the same time, it's like I don't know, man. I really don't know where that's going. I don't know where the U.S. title situation is going. I know it's gonna end up on Jacob eventually. Either that, or he's gonna get the tag titles again. I say either they're gonna give the U.S. title to Jacob, or Jacob and Solo is gonna become a tag team, and they're gonna get the tag team championships, and they're gonna hold them for a while. Not as long as the Usos did, but they're gonna hold them for a while. So I see that cooking if they don't give him the U.S. title. So the Intercontinental title is a different story. Like this looking like Braun versus Finn versus Penta versus, I don't know. I don't know. That's looking like a multi-man, maybe a ladder match at WrestleMania. So that's where I see that going. Then you got now a story that's really just started cooking, and we getting to see greatness. Naomi versus Jade. That should be a WrestleMania match because that promo that Naomi cut on Friday, that was perfect. Like that character fits her. That's gonna be her. Give her the belts, please. Give her that championship from Tiffy or Charlotte, whoever. Put the Meta Girls right beside her and let them win the tag titles, and cook from there, man. Cook with that. Cook with that. Even bring Jada up. Let her get the Intercontinental. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, start something, cook something. Like that girl need the moon by her to push her to the moon right now. So Naomi and Jade, that's looking like it's finna get penciled in. Let me see what else we got brewing. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, which I'm not upset at, but is kind of uh, I don't want to say it's a downgrade for him, but it's like that's a regular pay-per-view match. That's not a WrestleMania feud, blow off type feud. Like unless y'all really get into the storytelling of of how, because we all know what happened last year at WrestleMania. Hell, dating back to that last War Games before this one, in when Drew was in the Judgment Day, basically. So, uh, I don't know where it's gonna go, but apparently they're gonna have a match. So now for the heavy hitters, like, well, we haven't talked about the tag team titles, which is looking like New Day versus the War Raiders and probably a multi-man Street Profits versus whoever. DIY. Let me stop disrespecting the vote. DIY. Uh, Pretty Deadly and the Machine Guns. Hell, maybe a TLC match. I don't know. Hell, I don't know. But that is like Street Profits deserve better as far as, that's why I say it's they need something they can dig their teeth into right now as far as this title run. So we'll see what goes on with that. Uh let's see, we got three matches that's for sure that are like the top billing of WrestleMania. Jay versus Gunther. At first, it was at a light sizzle. You know, people are kind of like, I don't know if Jay can beat him. Jay, people for some reason there's a lot of Jay hate going on. Oh, he only got three moves, and outside of his entrance, he's not interesting. Blah 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 blah. The man has been in the story arc, the main story arc, and continued upwards, even when that story arc was at this highest, and he's still going up. And y'all still want to deny the man, but that's neither here nor there. But now after this Raw that just happened, I don't know if y'all seen it, but what happened on Raw with Gunther and Jimmy Uso, and let me say this: I'm tired of the Jimmy abuse. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm tired of the Jimmy abuse, man. It's starting to get tiring seeing Jimmy be the butt of him getting injured for somebody else to rise to the occasion. It's getting to be too much, man. Like, stop doing this, please. Stop abusing poor Jimmy like this. We know he's not on the level as Jay, but at the same time, he still is great. Like, he can come into his own character, let him get his own character arcs, man. Stop burying the man. Like, y'all it seems like they burying that man. Like, man, as soon as he slapped him that day, I was like, okay. But then I thought to myself, I was like, oh, this finna lead to Gunther beating the brakes off of him and leaving him bloody for Jay. And somehow Jay was gonna be there to watch. And I knew this was gonna happen. I mean, it made for good TV and it was a great story. But at the same time, I know it's gonna fire Jay up, and he probably, more than likely, he's gonna win at WrestleMania. But at the same time, I'm tired of them beating up Jimmy for that. Like, y'all abusing that man. Like, please stop doing that. Please. He deserves some respect. I mean, Jay did step up. But at the same time, Jimmy is his own man now. He need to be treated as such. But at the same time, reality is Jay is more popular than him. So using him in the story made sense for Gunther to beat the brakes off on him, bloody him, tasting his blood, had his blood all over his body, which was crazy. But at the same time, it was good for the story. It was good for the story. So, like I said, Jay probably gonna win that. They probably going on probably the first match of night one. Yeah, more than likely the first match of night one. Night two, I mean. Night two. First match of night two is probably gonna be Jay Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going with Jay. I'm staying with Jay. That prediction's not gonna change because I'm tired of Gunther as champion. Gunther's great, but I'm tired of him as a champion right now. He needs to be in a position where he's fighting for. They made him look a little too strong. Like I get that he's got that persona, but at the same time, like they need to put him against people that he would definitely have some trouble with, and he definitely would doubt himself. He need to be more against the Codys and the Seths and the Drews, the CM Punks, the Jacobs, the folks that's really gonna give him that he's gonna have to work from behind in the match. The Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar's. But at the same time, I'm tired of him. So yeah, I got Jay in that match. Cena versus Cody. They starting to cook too. They slow burning the cook on that and that. I'm not sure which way I'm gonna go on that because it's just it's kind of a toss up to me, man. Cause this heel Cena, which he say he's gonna walk away, which kind of he say he's gonna walk away with the belt, which kind of gives me a hint that he's not gonna win because they're not finna do that. Like, why would they let him walk away with the belt? Plus, he's already scheduled for damn near the rest of the year for all his events. He's on marquees, so they probably ain't gonna give him the belt because if he don't leave, if he wins and don't leave, then he gonna look like a liar. So I don't think he's gonna win, but we'll see. We'll see. That's a toss up. And finally, we have Seth versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. It's no secret. I'm a big Shield fan. I've been a Roman Reigns fan since the beginning, since the Big Dog days, since the Shield days. I've been a Seth Rollins fan since the Shield days. I do like Roman over Seth, but at the same time, I'm not a big CM Punk fan. I mean, he's good, he's great, but I'm not the biggest fan of CM Punk. So that match, I'm going with Roman. That's an early pick. I'm just gonna say it. I'm going for Roman on that match. Here now, and when I make the prediction video, it's gonna be Roman. So, yeah, that's where I'm going with that match. The shenanigans in the match, I have a strange feeling that they cooking something between Paul Heyman and CM Punk and Seth Rollins, because I think Paul Heyman on Friday was acting kind of weird when he was telling CM Punk like, "Nah, don't acknowledge him. Don't do that. Don't like you CM Punk." And I think that might be enough for Paul to be like, you know what, you ain't who I thought you was. Like, I'm going with Seth. And then they build a little army or something. I don't know. It's just seeming weird with that story too. So, like I said, they got a lot of stuff sizzling, boiling, cooking right now. So, I'm gonna let them cook for these next 3 weeks. This just was like a prequel to the predictions, because like I said, I don't know all the matches right now. But when I do know all the matches, you can best believe probably sometime the week of WrestleMania, probably that Monday, maybe Tuesday, I would do the prediction show. But this is JuneHeat, man. Yeah, prequel to the predictions to the WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. JuneHeat here. Y'all be blessed.